snowing in September, which is very unusual apparently. And here's a great question. I'm going to go inside because it's freezing cold and snowing and gorgeous and windy, so you won't be able to hear me, but I just wanted to share this beautiful experience. Isn't it awesome that life gives us all sorts of different experiences, and particularly unexpected experiences? Are you ready for them? Are you excited about them? Particularly in business or your career, when you have clients, when you have customers, there's always going to be unexpected situations. And are you ready to handle them? So of course, when it's snowing in September and it's freezing, you've got to put your gloves on, you've got to put your jacket on, you've got to put your merinos on underneath so that you stay nice and warm. That's being prepared for the unexpected, which technically then means it isn't unexpected. So I'm going to pop back inside because it's really cold out here and you won't be able to hear me because it is so windy. But I just wanted to share that if life throws beautiful things at you, ugly things at you, terrible things at you, fantastic things at you, are you ready for all of them? Because unexpected means I'm not ready for it. But if I expect that things will change, if I expect that life will be different and interesting, if I expect that things will happen that shouldn't happen, am I more likely to be able to deal with them? So let's go. I'm going to go inside because it's freezing. It's snowing in September. Woohoo! Look at this. It's gorgeous. Woohoo! Woohoo! Windy, snowy, cold, minus in the afternoon in September is unexpected. So how do you plan for the unexpected, all the different things that come up in life? And it's an interesting thing because I consider myself an absolute optimist. But one of the things or the strategies that I used for anything that could come up is to expect it. So I expect the worst. Usually the worst doesn't happen, but I always expect it and then plan for it. And then when it arrives, I'm ready for it. So if I said, look, it's never going to snow in September, so I'm never going to need a warm jacket in September, so I'll pack them all away, then I wouldn't be ready for the unexpected because it's unexpected to get snow in September. Interestingly, having lived in the South Island of New Zealand, we've had snow on Christmas Day, we've had snow on Boxing Day, we've had freezing cold temperatures at very unexpected times, and we've also had very warm temperatures at unexpected times. So I'll just use the weather as an example. Should we always be prepared? There are some psychologists who say that if we get wet, it's our fault, because if you choose not to carry an umbrella with you all the time, then you're not ready for it could rain. And have you ever noticed that the weather reporters are not always that accurate? They don't always predict what's going to happen with the weather. So if you are ready for everything because you expect the worst, you plan for it, and then when it arrives, rather than being angry or annoyed or upset, or it doesn't matter because you were expecting it. And I get quite excited because I don't like getting a shock. I don't like being in a situation that I wasn't expecting. So yes, I expect the best. Yes, I expect the worst. Yes, I expect that anything can happen, and I plan for it. And in business, that's really important because anything can happen, and we might have control over our product or service, but we have no control over our customers, over our clients, over the members at our health club. They're always going to throw unexpected stuff at us. So would it be a really good idea to have a strategy for everything that could possibly happen? Now, I know that you can't plan for everything, but could it be a really good idea just to forward think and say, okay, what if this happens? What are we going to do? What if this happens? What are we going to do? So that's my very special strategy for people. Say, Rowie, how can you be happy all the time? How can you, I'll use this as an example. Panic is never part of the solution. And usually people panic because something happens that they weren't expecting. So I don't expect to have a car accident. I don't expect to have an injury happen when I'm training. I don't expect that terrible things will happen. But I've lived on the planet long enough to know that they do. And I'll use this example again. I don't plan to have a car accident, but I have insurance. I don't plan to have something happen to me when I'm traveling, but I have travel insurance. I don't want my house to burn down. I don't want something terrible to happen to the things that I own, but we have home and contents insurance for a reason, just in case. And that's probably the headspace. Just in case it could snow in September, make sure you haven't put your winter jackets away. Just in case you have a car accident, you have insurance so that that situation is covered. Just in case something happens to me, I want to make sure that my body is healthy and fit and strong so that I can deal with it. And when you look at worldwide medical pandemics, when you look at germs, bugs, viruses and diseases, we are very much less likely to, we'll be attacked by those things, but less likely to get sick, and if we do get sick, it won't stay for as long, we'll get rid of it quicker, and it's less likely to come back because we've planned for, I live in a world where there's germs, bugs, viruses and diseases, so I need to have a body that's ready, planned and prepared for it. And the interesting thing is that most of the diseases in the world today that affect people, and including the big killer diseases, it seems that people haven't planned for them. Coronary heart disease, type 2 diabetes, osteoporosis, even depression, most cancers are all preventable and curable if you plan to keep your body healthy, fit and strong, or keep your body fit and strong so that it can handle any of those diseases attacking you. So could it be a great idea, particularly if you're in a leadership role, if you're a parent, a teacher, a coach, a pastor, a boss, a leader, and you have to handle tough situations, could it be a really good idea to expect that tough situations will come up? Could it be a good idea to expect the worst? Plan for it. When it arrives, you're excited about it. And like me today, I love that it's snowing in September. I got really excited. If you aren't ready for it, then there's going to be some challenges. Another really interesting thing here in the South Island of New Zealand, particularly where we live, gets very windy. And when we built our house and we got the bill for our wind engineer, it was a shocking amount of money. And I will share with you that that was not something that I was expecting. Interestingly, however, when we had 160 kilometre an hour winds, I was very glad that my builder had planned for high wind and had organised for one of the best wind engineers, and that they had planned for wind. They were expecting wind. They were expecting extreme conditions, and that's how they built our house. So now, however, I'm very aware that we get very strong winds here, and I prepare for it. So when I'm putting my garden together, when I hang washing on the line, all the different things that could happen when it gets windy, I'm prepared for what if today we get 160 kilometre hour winds? What if today it snows? What if today it's really hot? What if today somebody negative comes into my life and attacks me verbally? What if something happens with the government today? Is my business ready for that because the government screwed up, or there's been a change in business regulation? What if one of my members or my clients or one of my customers throws something at me? Am I ready for it? And I might not be able to plan for everything, but I can certainly be the tough, strong, mentally resilient person that regardless of what gets thrown at me, I can handle it. So how about you? Are you fit? Are you strong? Are you mentally tough? If a germ, bug or virus attacks your body, do you have a strong immune system to be able to handle it? If there's negative people in your life, do you have a headspace that says, I can handle that? In fact, I'm looking forward to it. And would it be good that regardless of what life throws at us, that we have a healthy, fit, strong body and mind that can handle all of those things? Could that be a really good idea? So that's what Romax is all about every day. That's what I'm here for. I would love us all to have a healthy, fit, strong body. I'd love us to have a career and business that we love. I would love us all to be financially free, and I would love everybody to have great relationships. Those things, however, some of those things we have no control over. We can't control what other people do. We can't control what the government does when it comes to our money or the financial institutions. But we get to be the tough, strong, mentally resilient person that can handle the tough times regardless of what the world throws at us. So thank you for being at Romax with me every day. Thank you very much for wanting to live your life to the max. Thank you for wanting everybody else in your life to live life to the max. And isn't it interesting, we can't expect that everybody wants to be happy. We can't expect that everybody wants to be healthy, fit and strong. But we can certainly be the person that lives the example, so that our kids know, so that the people in our life, they do know that it is possible, that regardless of what life throws at us, regardless of what challenges, regardless of the weather, regardless of financial or medical challenges, doesn't matter what happens, that human being is physically tough, mentally tough and strong to be able to handle it. Wouldn't that be a great reputation to have? Live your life to the max. What a great idea. Live your life to the max. Woo-hoo-hoo.